Hi, in this video we're gonna create two images. The first one will be based on regular node image and it's gonna be around 900 megabytes. And the second image that we're gonna build is gonna be multi-stage Docker image. And let me show you. So if you're gonna run Docker image, you can see that the first image is around 955 megabytes. And when we used the multi-stage Docker build approach, we were able to reduce it to 124 megabytes, almost 10 times smaller. In the previous video, we created the Slack bot application, and in this video, we're gonna create two images. The first one will be one stage Docker image, and the second one, we're gonna use multi-stages to reduce the image size. Okay, let's go ahead and create the build folder first. And create our first Docker file. Let's call it dockerfile.dev. And let's start by using from statement for our first stage and single stage in this case. Let's use the node image from the Docker Hub, and the second step is to define working directory. And in our case, it's going to be app. And let's copy package and package -log JSON to our Docker image. In order to do that, we need to run the copy command, and we can use a regular expression in order to copy multiple files. Let's use package star and then JSON, and then specify the destination in our working directory app. Okay, now let's install all the dependencies. So if you remember, we used two Slack libraries in order to listen events and in order to post messages in Slack channel. So let's use npm install to download those libraries in that image, and let's copy our source code from the this directory to our target directory. So this will represent our local directory, and this dot will represent the working directory inside the Docker image. And the final step for this image would be to define the run command. So cmd, and then the first argument will be node, and the second one will be the file name app.js. All right, so this Docker file is ready, and we need to build that image. So in order to do that, you can go to the terminal and run docker build, or I would suggest you to go ahead and create the make file and define all your commands in that file. Let's do that, make file, and let's define our first command to build our first image. Let's call it docker dev, and then let's write docker build -t to give it a tag. And it's going to be Slack CI/CD, and version will be 0.1.0/dev. And the second argument will be Docker file. So we created the folder build, and then inside that folder we have the docker.dev. So let's do that. Let's point build docker file.dev, and the final argument will be the context, and in our case it's going to be dot, so it's going to represent this directory. Okay, it's ready, and now let's go to the terminal and run make docker dev, and it's going to download the node from the Docker Hub and run our commands, and it's going to take some time. So let's wait. All right, when it's ready, we can run clear command, and then in order to check the image sizes, we can run docker images, and it's gonna give us the two images. This one we used as our base image, and this is our final image. So it's 955 megabytes, so it's pretty large. So can we do better? Yeah, of course we can. So let's go back to the editor and create our second Docker file. We're gonna call it, let's create the file, docker file.prod. And it's gonna be similar. Let's start with the from statement. We're gonna use exactly the same image, Node 14 version. And in this case, we're gonna define the name for that build, for that stage. And we're gonna call it build. So we're gonna be able to reference to the stage by this name, build. And it's you can use any name as you want. So now let's define the working directory. It's gonna be app. And again, let's copy all the packages, package and package dash log file, package star JSON. And let's install our packages by using, in this case, we're gonna use npm ci instead of npm install, and npm ci only production. And the difference between those two, npm install will use package JSON, and if some of the dependencies missing from the package log, it will still install it. But npm ci will use the package dash log directly, and you have all the dependencies defined there and all the versions. So using npm ci will give you more predictable builds every time when you build these images. So it would be preferred way of doing that. And now let's copy all the files from this directory to the working directory inside the image. And that's the most interesting part in this Docker file, that now we're gonna define the second stage, and we're gonna use the distroless Node.js image provided by Google. It has only Node.js runtime, and it's gonna be very small. Okay, let's start by defining from statement, gcr.io distroless Node.js, and it's gonna be 14th version. And let's copy from the previous stage, from this stage, by using copy from, and we can specify the name, and this build represents this name. So from this stage, we're gonna copy the whole directory, app, and gonna place it in the app here as well. And let's define the working directory, app. And finally, let's define the starting command. And in this case, we're not gonna need to reference the node, so it knows that the node is runtime. So we just need to provide the file that we want to run. And it's gonna be app.js. All right, so now it's ready. Now let's go back to the make file. Let's copy everything here and let's duplicate. And let's change def to prod and docker build. We're gonna change the tag for the Docker image to prod. And the most important part is that we're gonna use the different Docker file that we just created, dockerfile.prod. All right, now it's ready. Let's go to the terminal and run make docker prod, and it's gonna build the second image, multi-stage image. All right, it's ready, and let's check the image sizes by using docker images command. And you can see that the first image was 955 megabyte, and the new image that we just built using multi-stage docker build approach, we ended up with a 122 megabytes. It's almost 10 times smaller. So, and now I want to show you that we still can use that image and run it locally in order to run our Slack bot. So let's go to the Slack, and this is our Slack channel we created in the previous video. And let's try to reference hello Slack. If we're gonna run hello Slack CI/CD, it's not gonna respond since we are not running that bot just yet. In order to do that, we need to run this Docker image, and let's define the new command. Let's define run, And let's use docker run. And the first argument will be -d to run it in background. And then let's map ports. Port 3000 on our local host, on our laptop, and 3000 inside the image. Now, in order to run our bot, we need to provide two environment variables. If you remember, we defined two environment variables to provide secrets, token and sign-in secret. So let's provide this environment variable first. And in order to do that, we need to use -e flag and then the name of the environment variable and then the value. In order to find the value for that sign-in secret, we can go to the Slack API, go to your apps, and then select our bot. And on basic information page, you can find, if you scroll down a little bit, you will find the sign-in secret. So let's click show and copy the secret. And let's paste it to the make file. And the second environment variable that we need to use is Slack token. So let's add this Slack token here and provide the value. And you can find it on different page on install app. And that's gonna be our token. Let's click copy. Okay, let's click copy here. Go back to Makefile. And final argument would be our Docker file, our Docker image that we just built. And it's gonna be Slack CI/CD v0.1, and we're gonna use the prod image, the small one. Okay, now we can run this command. Let's go back to the terminal and type make run. And it's gonna run this image in the background. And in order to check it, you can use docker ps command. And you can see that this is the original image that was used to start this Docker container. And this is the command that was used. All right, so now, and the second step that we need to provide for the Slack is the external URL. So in order to map the external URL to localhost, we can use ngrok, and let's run it on localhost 3000, and it's gonna map this external URL to our localhost. And now we can provide this URL to the Slack. Let's go to the Slack, go to the event subscriptions, and let's click on change and provide new URL. And it will verify it, and let's update it's gonna be Slack events, and let's click save. Okay, let me paste it again. So let me go back, take it, paste it, and now Slack events. And now let me click save changes. Okay, it's saved. And let's go to our bot and let's type again hello and then Slack. And now we can see that we got a response from our bot. So we verify that it's working. And the final step that I want to show you in this video is that we need to upload our image to a remote repository, since we are building Kubernetes deployment CI/CD pipeline. So we need to be able to deploy the image from the remote repository to Kubernetes. So I'm going to be using the AWS ECR repository. Let me create. I don't have any repositories yet. Let's create one by clicking create, and I'm going to call it Slack CI/CD and click create repository. And in order to find out how you can upload it, you can click on that repository and click on view push commands. And first of all, you need to authenticate yourself with the ECR. Let's copy the first command, go to the terminal and run this. And login succeeded. All right. So the next step, let's scroll down. The next step is to build this image, but we already built one. We don't need this. So now let's give it a correct tag. Let's copy this command, paste it. And instead of latest tag, we're going to be using our v010 prod. And this is going to be the same v0 prod. Let's give it a tag. And in order to upload that image, we can use push command, docker push, and specify our image with the new tag, and it's gonna upload it to the ECR repository. Okay, now it's uploaded. Let's take a look. Let's go to ECR, click on close and click on refresh. And you can see that we have our image and it was uploaded. And the last thing that I want to show you is how you can improve this. You can also add docker ignore file. It's pretty much similar to git ignore. It's not gonna, you can define the files and folders that should not be copied to your Docker image. Let's create this dot docker ignore. And we're gonna define two folders in that file. Node modules and npm debug.log. And in that case, when you when you install all your dependencies, all your node modules, all your dependencies in this step, the next step is to copy everything from your local directory to the Docker image. And we don't really want to copy the node modules since we already installed them based on the versions. So we don't want to rewrite them. So it's just a good practice to add that docker ignore file and define that you want to skip the node modules. All right, thank you for watching. And in the next video, we're gonna create EKS Kubernetes cluster in AWS, and later on we will create the continuous integration and continuous delivery to that cluster. Thank you for watching. Bye.